1 John 1:9, it says, if we confess our sins, so whatever follows from this point is conditional on if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. So God will fully forgive us, cleanse us even, completely remove the stain of sin if we confess it. It all hinges on confession. So what is confession? What is it to confess our sins? Well, the Hebrew word for confess means to acknowledge. Then in the New Testament, confess could be translated as like to agree with someone or to say the same thing as another person. So to confess our sin is essentially to say that you agree with God about your sin. It's to acknowledge it for what it is, not make excuses for it, but to turn away from it, recognizing it as sin. If we confess our sin in that manner, then God will forgive us. And we can be absolutely certain of this because of the fact that God is faithful and just. And faithful means that God will do what he has said he will do because he's faithful. And just, that means that is to be completely fair. So God will do what he said he will do because he said he will do it, and he is just. He is completely fair. Now, someone might argue that God isn't being just because he's effectively pardoning us or freeing us from our sin free of charge. That's not what justice is. But the truth is, once you have confessed your sin to God, he can free you from the charge of your sin because he's dished out the punishment for that sin on Jesus. You know, Jesus died the death that your sin deserved. Justice was paid by Jesus so that you can know God. And so therefore, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us of our sin and cleanse us from all unrighteousness.